Hello students, we're still working on 7.4 permutations and combinations. Now we know permutation order matters, combination order does not matter, and I'm going to show you the calculation on the other side. If you're going to calculate a permutation or a combination, here are the formulas. For a permutation, the number of it says permutation, the number of permutations of n objects taken r at a time, no repetition. I don't even know why I write that in there. It doesn't matter in this class. P n comma r equals n factorial over n minus r factorial. So this is a formula for permutation. So if you're looking at n objects taken r at a time, it's going to be that n factorial and then r, the subtraction of the two factorial. And I'll tell you right now, n is always greater than r. A combination, where order doesn't matter, and I don't know why I wrote that, the number of combinations of n objects taken r at a time, C, combination n, choose r is what we usually say, is equal to n factorial over r factorial, and then we have the n minus r factorial. So notice these two formulas both have n factorial over n minus r factorial, but the combination has an extra r factorial in there. So I just want to do a calculation to show you how this works. Here it says P, permutation of 9 objects chosen 2, or choose 2. So what I did was I wrote here for 17a, I wrote the formula down, and we're looking at 9 comma r, 2 is the question. So this is equal to, and I'll write, my n is this number, so it's 9 factorial over n minus r factorial. So it's going to be 9 minus 2 factorial. That's it. So we've got 9 factorial over 7 factorial. And I'm just going to use my calculator to do that. So calculator, remember we're going to go 9. And then you push your math button and go over to probability and then number 4. So I'm taking 9 factorial and we're going to divide by 7 factorial. Math, probability, number 4, and I'm getting 72. So there are 72 ways of taking 9 objects and ordering them in 2 ways where order matters. All right, and then here's C, and choose R. The formula is n factorial. So we're going to do one of each. N factorial, oh, up here. Yeah, can you see the n comma R? In some angles. I've written it, but my whiteout is hard to see depending on the angle. Anyway, combination n, choose R is the formula, and I just wrote down the formula. N factorial over r factorial, n minus r factorial. So if I'm looking at a combination of 8 objects, chosen 3 at a time, my n is the first number, so that's going to be 8 factorial, and this is a 3, it's 3 factorial here. And then I'm just going to take n minus r, 8 minus 3 factorial, like that. Okay, and if I put that in my calculator, it is going to be, oh, remember, we're going to have to use parentheses, especially in the denominator. Might as well do it in the numerator. So over here, like, I'm going to put parenthesis. Hope you see that. Parenthesis, and I'm taking my 8 math probability factorial, parenthesis, divided by, parenthesis, 3 math probability factorial times 8 minus 3 parenthesis math probability number 4 factorial. All right, you see that? I have my, there's a parenthesis here, 8 factorial parenthesis divided by parenthesis 3 factorial parenthesis 8 minus 3 parenthesis factorial parenthesis. Parentheses is important in a math class. And I get 56. So this is 56. All right, now I have one more shortcut. All right, you can use the calculator without any of these factorials, to find what we just did above, okay? I'm going to show you how to do this to skip all the factorials. So we're going to skip factorial. Ooh, look, exclamation point, pardon the pun. So we're looking at P and R. Look, if I look at this again, and this is what we're going to use, and this is what you may use. If I go to math, probability, do you see above the factorial there's an NPR and an NCR? That is permutation combination here. So on my paper I wrote the probability N choose R equals, and the calculator they use N and then write P and the R. So if I were to do P 9 comma 2 like I did above with all the factorials, I'm going to do this in one step and write 9P2. According to the calculator, you have to do the 9, the P, and the 2. The larger number is always first. So over here, I'm going to clear this out. You first have to go 9, and then go to math, go to probability, and go down to this one, NPR. It depends on how old your calculator is. Okay, mine does NPR. Some of the calculators will actually put the 9 in the right place where the 9 are. And then we're going to put a 2. So it depends on your calculator. But you always have to type in the 9 first. That's the one thing you have to remember. And look, we got 72. And that's what we got when we did all the work. So I will let you do this shortcut. Your biggest step is deciding, is it a permutation or is it a combination? So we're going to do this one. So on the calculator, you're going to press 8, math, go over to probability, and this is number 3. There you go. And push a 3, and you get 56. And when we did all those factorials, that's exactly what we got, was 56. All right, we're going to come back and go do the problems on the other side, which was the goal, and we'll use this in our calculation.